If you've ever scrolled through YouTube or any other major streaming platform like Twitch, then you may have seen a thumbnail like this or this pop up. Now, you may have clicked on this video and thought to yourself, what is Ravenfield? Or you would like to buy it and you just want to know more because, research is good. Just note, though, that this is a guide for kids and parents. So if you want to show it to your parent, because at least my parents always want to know what I'm buying, because, they don't want me to buy some random sketchy thing. Number 1, the basics. Basically, I'm just going to be talking about what the basics of Ravenfield are. Basically, Ravenfield is an action-packed shooting game with pretty bad graphics. I mean, it's very cartoonish, and it has nice ragdoll physics, nice gun sounds, and overall, it's just a really fun game to play. Now, parents, don't get super freaked out when you hear shooting game, because Ravenfield really, it's so cartoonish that it doesn't really feel like a shooting game when you're actually playing it. And so it is a great way to bridge the gap, especially when you're like 10 to 13, between regular kiddish games and getting into that other genre of shooting games as you turn 13. This Ravenfield is a great game to bridge that gap because it uses a lot of the same controls, and it can teach the kids a lot about that genre without really being in that genre of games. I know I got a little bit more into depth there, but I'm going to get more into depth in. So here we are in the starting screen. When you first boot up Ravenfield, you're going to see a bunch of things down here, but you're not going to want to do this. Mods you might want to play around with a little bit, but just click play. And Conquest, if you have a lot of time, then you might want to do that, but just start with instant action. In here, you're going to see this menu. Don't scroll down because there's a bunch of just stuff that you don't really want to play around with. Here, you're going to start out with the Citadel, but just click on maps, and I would suggest starting with Archipelago. That's one I started with, and in my opinion, it's the most fun. Don't worry about game mode. Player team is really the only one you're going to want to worry about. If you want to start on red team, you want to click Raven, and if you want to start on blue team, click Eagle. I don't suggest spectator, just not as fun. And if you're new to the game, then if you're doing Eagle, then you want to drag it to the blue side, and if you want red, then you want to drag it to the red side. Just makes it a little bit easier when you're first beginning. Game length, it really depends on how much time you have. If you want to know about Epic, then watch my other video because I did Epic. And yeah, so then you just want to hit play. Once you're in here, you're going to see this screen. Loadout. I would suggest starting with the AK-47, then you can start playing around with the different guns. It says with the AK-47 start. And for pistols, I suggest the AA because they're just way too overpowered to not pick. You don't really have to worry about the stuff down here, but if you really want to, then I suggest using the C4 and the Hydra, and then you're just going to want to deploy. As you spawn over here, you can see there's a bunch of different ways to go. Pick away, it doesn't really matter, but I usually start by going up these stairs here. And as you go up here, you can see there are a bunch of different planes. There's helicopters, planes, the bomber back there. So yeah, there's a nice loadout of different vehicles in Ravenfield. And now I'm going to teach you a bit about the controls. You want to left click to shoot, right click to aim, and then left click to shoot, which is probably the best way you want to do it. Hey, why are you shooting at me? I'm trying to do a tutorial here, man. Anyway. Then WASD to control your movement. You can't use arrow keys. Sorry. In order to sprint, you're going to want to press Shift and W at the same time. And in order to change the different guns, 1 is your regular gun, 2 your pistols, 3 is your grenades, 4 is your rocket launcher. So yeah, I'll just stick on 1 and maybe 2 if you want. And yeah, that's your basic things. Number 3, some things we have not gone over yet. So Ravenfield cost about $17, $18 on Steam as of currently of the recording of this video. It might go up or down, it's going to fluctuate, but currently it's sitting at about $17 to $18. And I would recommend getting Ravenfield off Steam, not any other website, because it's just Steam is very trusted. Ravenfield, there are some in-app purchases, but the only ones I think are mods. And every time I get a mod, I suggest clicking on mods instead of just looking up online Ravenfield mods, because chances are you're going to get scammed if you just look it up online. And I don't think I've gone over pretty much everything. So, yeah, leave a comment or just tell me if you had any troubles or if you need anything else to be gone over, and have a great day.